Hey guys, so Sir bringing you another video. Welcome back to a different type of video. So I'm not sure when I'm going to upload this or where, Huzzy Games or Huzzy Extra. I'm not sure. But this is a video all about my track day that I had a few days ago of me kind of recording this. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do the video, but what I'm thinking of doing is just talking about it at the beginning, and I'll bring up photos of various shots and the cars. And then at the end, I might just include actually some of the onboard laps of me driving the cars. That's what I think I'm going to do. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Let me know if you do, because, you know, I do these track days every now and then. It is worth knowing, like, I haven't done a track day. This was my first one for about 2 years. So, like, I don't do them all the time. But they are something that my family buy for me occasionally as gifts. I don't buy them myself because they're expensive. But maybe every 1 or 2 years, my family goes, oh, for Christmas, let's get him a track day experience kind of thing. So yeah, if you guys enjoy it, then obviously, you know, if it can be made into content, then maybe I can do it a bit more often. Who knows? But anyway, let's talk about it. So I went to Brands Hatch. So Brands Hatch is a classic British race circuit. It was a Formula One race circuit many years ago. Obviously Silverstone is now the premier F1 circuit and premier track really of the UK, but we've had a few. We've had obviously Silverstone, Brands Hatch, Doddington. There's been quite a few that actually have hosted F1. A lot of the time why like a Doddington and a Brands Hatch kind of fell a bit down is they're quite small in comparison to Silverstone. You know, they're not the widest of tracks, they're not the longest of tracks, so it is, for the modern sport of something like Formula One, it's then just not as big, really. I think we were doing a slightly shorter circuit layout, but it was like 1.2 miles. I think, obviously, if you add in the back end section that we weren't doing, it might be closing into about 2 miles total. But yeah, let's get into it. So these track days, and I'm going to kind of talk about it a little bit in the way of, like, if you would want to do one yourself, and I would urge people to at least do one, just to give it a go. You know, when you're driving your normal day-to-day in your normal car, obviously, depending what car you've got, you're never really pushing it, you're never really hearing tire squeal, you're not really using what sometimes a car can do. So I would urge everybody to give it a go. There is obviously different type of track days. There's track days for more experienced drivers. There's track days that you can bring your own car. But this track day that my family bought me for Christmas, it was just a everyone can go track day, all skills, and you basically get a different experience depending how good you are, is the best way to explain it. In the safety briefing that you have, it was very much, you know, made that if you were just wanting to be in a McLaren and just drive around Brands Hatch at like 30 miles an hour and be very safe, you can do that. You know, you'll have to get out of the way of people that are going faster, but you know, there's not pressure on you to go fast. That's the whole point. It's just a nice day out. You can do what you want within limits, and every single car you go in has an instructor. That instructor is in that same car the whole day, so they'll know the feel of the car. They'll know if, you know, the brakes are a bit too hot. You know, they'll be able to tone down people if the, you know, the trust level isn't quite there. One of the big things with these type of track days is you have to listen to the instructor in the car. So, you know, someone like me that's a bit more experienced, you know, I'm not going to say it's frustrating because, you know, you sign up for the day that it is, but you sometimes are being held up a little bit because your instructor has not given you permission to go around somebody yet, because they just have to be very safe. The thing is some people that are on the track, you know, being not experienced, they may just, you know, just veer right for no reason. So you've got to be very careful when you're going to go for these overtakes. And, you know, if you're driving a £250,000 car, they want to make sure that they're okay. So let's go through the cars, obviously, that I went in, though. So my family bought me a 5-car package, a 5 supercar package. And you do have the option to upgrade the cars. I think in a base package, obviously, there are just absolute base. So I think there's 3 categories of cars. They're all kind of fast supercars, but, you know, category 1 will have kind of older supercars in it. Category 2 a little bit, you know, more meaty, and then category 3 can have absolutely insane cars in it. So I think had one car in the first category. They actually asked me on the day, would you want to upgrade that? And I said, don't worry about it. And that was a Ferrari. I think it was a 360. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was a soft top 360. Obviously, it did have the roof up, not down. And then we had, well, the rest of the cars are all a little bit crazy. So we did a Porsche GT3 RS. So obviously like the Nürburgring car, really. An Aston Martin DB9 Gen 2, but it was a race spec version. A McLaren 570S. I've never been in a McLaren before, and being a McLaren, I know I'm wearing a Ferrari shirt right now, but being a McLaren F1 fan for the last 20 odd years, it was really cool being in a McLaren for the first time ever, and driving it around was fun. And then the final one, again, I've never been in a Lamborghini, so I booked a Lamborghini Aventador. On the day, they said that car was not available, but because of that, they actually upgraded people that wanted or booked that car. And they actually put us into a Lamborghini GT3 racing car, like a legitimate racing car. So that was a wild experience. I will say it was incredibly warm. Obviously, being a race car, it has none of the luxuries. It doesn't have, you know, ventilated seating. It doesn't have air conditioning. So I, out of doing, I don't know, 5 laps or something, I was very warm and uncomfortable. So I cannot fathom doing a few hour race in that car. It's just mad. Like, it really puts a perspective on it. So anything I would say overall is, so how these work, just to explain if you would ever like to do this yourself. This is by a company called Everyman. They're pretty much the biggest track day experience company in the UK. I don't know if they're elsewhere, but that's what they are. And the way that it works, you turn up, register in the register office, where you have to sign your life away. If you die, it's not their fault and stuff like that. They'll confirm the cars that you're in for the day. They'll kind of give you your timing sheet of, like, you know, when to expect to be in each car. And then the way that it works, you'll do a safety briefing just kind of before you go out. It's pretty standard stuff if you've ever been to a track, but if you've never been to a track, they just explain, listen to your instructor. You know, you don't actually have to look at your mirrors. The mirrors in all the cars are kind of for the instructor, not you, because the instructor will be telling you everything. And you can't really do what you want as much. Like, it's a trust system. So as I said, if you just want to do, like, you know, dawdle around Brands Hatch going 30 miles an hour in a Porsche, you can. But if you're someone like me that wants to go a bit faster, the more you listen to your instructor, the more they'll let you do if they trust your driving skill. So after every single time you've been in a car, you get a rating, and that rating, from my knowledge, is for you to see if, you know, how good you're doing, but it's also for the next instructor to easily have something straight away to go off. Because if it's out of 40, if they look, oh god, they got to get a 15, okay, let's start a little bit slow and see what happens. For me, I was in the mid 30s the whole day. I got a 37 at one stage. So, like, the next instructor looks and goes, oh, this guy got a 36. They're not bad. Let's give them a bit of a go. And every instructor's a bit different. Obviously, some instructors really do push you if they do trust you, and some instructors are a lot more reserved. So it does vary, but overall, they're all pretty good, I would say. And the way that it works, obviously, depending what cars you've got, you kind of leave the safety briefing, and every single garage, like pit stop garage, has got a flag outside, which is the brand of car for that garage. So for me, my car number 1 was the Porsche GT3 RS. So I had to find the Porsche garage first. And then I was in an Aston Martin. Then I was in a Ferrari. Then I was in the McLaren. Then I was in the Lamborghini. So you just basically, after you've done that experience with that car, you then go to the garage that has the flag of the next car. And then you sign in with that garage. And then you just kind of wait until it's your turn. It's generally, you have about, you know, half an hour for each car. In terms of, you know, there's a half an hour slot. Like, in that half an hour, you should be in the car. So I think for the Porsche, my time slot started at 1:30. I think I got in the car at like 10 to 2. So I had to wait 20 minutes, and then I was put in the car. Because other people obviously have the same cars too. But no, honestly, a really good day. I would say, though, the footage and stuff you're about to see, and a lot of the photos that you would have seen already, That was from upgrading the media package. So you don't have to do that if you're just there to drive. You don't really care about photos. You could do it pretty cheap. If you just want to experience your first ever track day, you could book a one car, like a tier one car experience. You could probably do it for like £50, and have a pretty good time. But yeah, so I did pay for the prepaid waiver, because it is worth knowing, if you do not pay for the upgraded waiver, I think it's a £5,000 excess. So if you do anything to the cars, you are liable for the first £5,000 of the damage. If you pay the prepaid waiver, which I think was like £30 or something like that, you're not liable at all. There's no excess that you'd have to pay. Then the media package included in-car filming and photo package. So again, that's where the professional shots that you have probably been seeing as me talking, and the videos you're about to see, that's that. You can buy them separately. And it is also worth knowing it's cheaper to pre-buy this stuff rather than on the day. Because on the day, they kind of like try to milk you a bit. You know, I'm not sure if the audio and stuff is going to be included in this video, but, you know, 1 or 2 times when I was going around and I was nearing the end of my laps, the instructor would be like, do you want to have another few laps for £60? And I was like, no. So, you know, they do want to milk as much as they possibly can, to be honest. So, yeah, very enjoyable, though. Hopefully you guys enjoy this little, you know, video, a bit of a Brucey bonus. And I will basically just leave you with the videos. And that's just, you know, the only thing, you know, if I had to give any, you know, slight criticisms to the day, Brands Hatch is quite a short circuit. And they also were on, like, the only place that you could have probably gotten to any type of good speed, like proper good speed, was down the straight, you know, the home straight. They put a chicane on the home straight, obviously to slow people down. I understand why, because obviously if you have people of various skill levels that are coming down the home straight at any good speed, people are coming out the pit lane at the same time, and the first corners are right. I know, you know, something bad could happen, and that's why they definitely do it. But, you know, for someone, it's just someone like me that's a bit more experienced on tracks, it would have been nice to be able to just absolutely go for it. And, you know, the other thing, and again, it's just part of the day, being held up quite a lot, because you basically have to wait for permission to overtake. There were times that I was just behind a lot of slow drivers, and I'm a bit bottlenecked. And obviously these are the laps that I'm, like, you know, my parents have paid for, and like for a whole, like, half a lap, you're like, well, this is great. I'm behind people going like 40 or 50 mile an hour. But I understand it's because of safety. It's just, you know, it would have been nice. I had quite a few good just open laps. And I would say when it comes to the instructors, the first instructor was quite fun. The last instructor, when I was in the Lamborghini race car, oh, he pushed me like a lot. I think because he was seeing me have high scores, I think he just basically was like, go as fast as you can. And the only, I would say, thing about that Lamborghini race car that I wish he actually told me, I kind of got it during the lap. The Lamborghini, so the way that it works, because you know, you might see in the footage, I don't know how the footage is going to be, but they indicate basically on your behalf. So if there's an instructor in front and then you're in the car behind, the two instructors talk to each other with the indicators of, if one car indicates left, you indicate right. That means I'm going to overtake on the right. And they basically, you need permission from the instructor in the car ahead for basically to go around safely, because what they don't want is, you know, someone who's not most experienced, let's say it's a right hand corner but they're on the left side of the track, they don't want the person, if I'm coming to overtake them, just to go right without looking at me, and then boom, it could be an accident. So you have to wait for permission. But with the Lamborghini race car, because of it being so much faster than basically everything there, I think because I overtook the Lamborghini race car a few times when I was like in the McLaren and stuff, so there were people that were going slow in it. But when there's somebody who's decent and then they let them go fast, they put the hazards on the Lamborghini race car the whole way round. So it basically has the permanent indicators of, we're coming through. I wasn't told this, so when he was like, no, go for the gap, I was like, oh right, okay, I don't need to wait for permission as much. So that's the only thing that I wish I knew. Because if I knew that, if he literally said, he's like, right, you know, but again, it might be like not a default thing. it may be after one lap, he kind of was like, oh, this guy's not bad, let's go. But I just wish he basically said, right, the hazards are on, just go for it. Because that would have been awesome. And, you know, I did go for it, but I was a bit hesitant because I was like, am I allowed to just do this? But the answer, I think, was yes. But no, a very fun day. So hopefully you guys enjoy the footage upcoming. Let me know if you want to see more of this, and yeah, very good, fun experience, and I would recommend. That you do, by the way, if you buy the photo package, you basically get to pick kind of one photo that you print off kind of in this type of thing. So obviously there's me in the GT3 RS. That's the Lamborghini. Obviously I would have bring this up, but that's the Lamborghini race car. That's the McLaren that I was in as well. And that's a different Ferrari. It would have been sick if like 4 of the cars were in this photo that I drove, but the 3 of them were. So yeah, the Porsche, the Lamborghini, and the McLaren all in one photo. But yeah, you get to have that. But then you do get given, by the way, all the photos and stuff and how the videos work. So if you get the video package, you basically get this lanyard you wear for the day. Inside it, there's a micro SD card that's in this kind of adapter. Basically, every time you get in a car, the instructor will take the micro SD card, put it in the camera that's in the car, and then at the end of your laps, they give it back to you. So you basically hold on to this, and that is all your footage for the track day. So it's a pretty good system. But anyway, I'm going to leave you there. Enjoy watching a few laps of various cars. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the upcoming content. Peace.
A little bit of gas now, keep it in third gear, change to fourth. The right hand side of the circuit as we are. Roll it round to the right just here. Bring it nice and wide out towards the left. A little bit of gas now for me. Keep to the left short. Change. Leave it in fourth gear. And then come off the gas. Pass this car on the right to come down to third. Leave it in third gear now. Just gently rest your foot on the gas there. Rest it there. Wait until we're straight to right. Bring it out to the middle of the circuit. And then cross to the right now. All the way over. Off the gas, squeezing the brake harder, down a gear, start turning it into the yellow cone, bring it nice and wide out to the right, a little bit of gas, and here we go. Change up, off the gas, brake, keep to the right, off the, wait for this after to indicate us through, okay. Down a gear, passes out on the right, off the gas, hold a bit of brake, hold the brake, roll it in short, nice and gently on the gas out to the middle of the circuit. There we go, change up again, a bit more power, change, off the gas short, brake, harder, down again, through the yellow cones, over to the right through the yellows, across to the left through the yellow cones, back on the gas go, into the left hand side, change up, lovely. How are you finding it?
Really good, yeah.
What car do you have yourself?
A Q5 now, but I did have something a bit better.
We're going to stay behind, pass the Ferrari on the right for me. Actually, stay behind the Ferrari. Yeah. Follow the Ferrari. Down a gear, come off the brake, roll it into the right. Nice and gently on the power. Just keep to the right hand side. Behind the Ferrari, off the gas, with the brake, roll it into the left, come off the brake, a little bit of gas, out to the right hand side, a bit more power, keep going, stay in third, change, off the gas, and brake, hold the brake, start turning it in, come off the brake, a little bit of gas, follow the Ferrari for me, bring it out to the right hand side, over to the left now, we'll come down and go into third. Pass on the right. Change up. Keep going. Stay on the gas. Change up. Bring it out towards the left. Off the gas. And brake. Down again. Down again. Across to the right through the yellows. Off the brake. To the left. Back on the gas. Go short. Keep to the left for me. Change. Off the gas. Brake. Keep to the left. Change up. Roll it in. Leave it in fourth, bit of gas up to the left, and away we go. Off the gas, brake, down again, leave it in third, head to the right, and then off the brake. weight on the gas, be patient. Gently on the power at to the left hand side. Over to the right now. Off the gas. Brake. Keep to the right. Brake harder. Start turning it around to the left. Bring it wide out to the right. A little bit of gas. Go. Change up. Over to the right. Off the gas. Brake. Off the brake. Start turning it in. Leave it in fourth gear. Bring it nice and wide out to the right. Over to the left now. We'll brake. Down again, stay on the brake, a bit harder, roll to the yellow cone, off the brake. A little bit of power all the way out to the left. Change up again, Sean. More power. Change. Off the gas. And brake. Down again. Stay on the brake, we're going through the yellows to the right. Off the brake, back to the left, bit of gas, go. Keep to the left for me. Change. Off the gas. Wait for the McLaren to indicate. Just be patient here. Pass the McLaren on the right. Wait a minute. Carry on. Off the gas. Pass it on the right. Down again. Hold the brake. Start turning it in to the left. Alright, sorry, a little bit of gas now. Bring it nice and wide out to the left. Gently on the power. Go over to the right. Change. Off the gas. Brake. Harder. Down again. Start turning it in, off the brake, bring it wide, weight on the gas, go. Change, off the gas, brake, hold.
I think she's going to jump in front, that's the daughter-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Girl. Come on, Cat. No, they've got bloody Audi coming down. I think after this Audi we're looking fairly decent. Obviously you're probably on first name terms with this bloke. You'll have to get closer to him, you won't see it from a distance. About a centimetre on the gas, just sneaking around this red one that's just pulled in. Yeah, just wonderful. To get that close to him.
Yeah.
It's quite sad, yeah. We hired the truck from Brands Hatch and all day I'll be trying to work out what this bloke's doing here.
Oh right, yeah.
He comes with it.
Oh, I see.
I don't know what he does.
No.
He's been like that all morning.
He's having a good day.
Yeah, easy like boy. Did a squeeze of gas for me. Let's go up a gear. Squeeze more gas. Up another. We go up one more gear then and stay in that gear. Slightly off the gas, don't brake, you can see what's going on. Very tight right as you go in the corner. Go on the Audi initially, I'm just waiting for a signal from the Audi, so you put the gas, I can't overtake to these signals.
Yeah.
So let's brake in now. Stay more to the right, just trying to get some tension. Yep, stick fast on the right. Just off the gas as you go around, but keep it nice and tight. Right, what a nice man. Past the Audi now, so squeeze the power, follow that white flick. Up again. Off the gas, brake firm. Down one gear. No gas or brake, tight left on the way in. Squeeze the power, follow this thing. Up again. Just off the gas, stay with him. Trying. Very trying.
Yeah.
Stay with him. Easy to indicate. Overtake on the right, not the best overtaking place, but we're going to sneak past this, so sneak it past. If you come off the gas now, you won't need to brake to the corner.
Yeah.
Tight right on the way in. See if I can get tension in this thing. That's a little emergency indication. Overtake on the right.
Right.
Yeah, I know it's in the way. Off the gas, brake firm. Keep braking down one, good. Down another. Off the brakes, steer firmly right, left. Back on the power, follow that McLaren. Up again. Off the gas, brake slightly. See a brilliant thing there. Stay gas or brake, stay tight right. Over to the left, squeeze the power, follow that thing. Up again. Off the gas, brake hard, down again. Down another. Here is the Lamborghini race car. It does go quicker than that, by the way.
Yeah, I'll be in it next.
Trust me, the bloke who's in there with you will not be going that slow. That'll be the customer doing that. He's off the gas slide, I just need the attention to this plan.
So that's it, yeah.
He's going, so just brake a little bit to the corner, but stay well over to the right as you go round, okay? There's that. Firm on the power. Up again. Up another. Gas, brake firmly down one. Off the brakes, keep it in the paint on the left. Keep it in the paint on the right. Off the gas now, brake slightly. Good. Tight pull, I think it's slow bit of line here. Good. Follow that McLaren. Looks like you do every day.
Yeah, no.
Quite awkward. BMW go around. This is the lunatic. Okay. As you can see.
Just like the M25.
Yeah, typical BMW driver. Just break the bit down, straight right. Oh, yeah, that's the gear on the beer. Serves right, she won't hang about. Squeeze on the power. Yeah. Gas. Okay, good. Brake firmly. Good. Nice. This time we've got to go in. So we're going to start the brake stop. There's quite a bit of pressure on the brake. Stay tight, right. You won't need to bother with any downshifts. The car's going to do all that for you. You know, easy guys.
Yeah. First time in a McLaren.
Yeah. They're alright, they're very smooth.
Very smooth.
Very
yeah.
smooth. Slightly easy to get in and out from my perspective. Slightly big boot, and it'll be the perfect car.
Yeah.
As you go out, you can stay on the brown surface on the right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and get about halfway down, but yeah, no problems there whatsoever. Now, at this point onwards, if you see a space, we're going to take it. It's as simple as that. It's quite bad when you get down the end of the arm, isn't it? Which could happen.
What happens then?
What now then?
It might be past this
I
Ferrari.
think there might be after that Ferrari. I was only sweating a little bit there.
Yeah,
You just get the nose up to the right hatchings. Perfect. And let's keep your foot brake on.